clarification came in from the Delhi High Court, and now what we are getting to hear is that the Aam Aadmi Party just might move the Supreme Court. Rupashri joins us for more. Rupashri, so is that going to be the Aam Aadmi Party's next action to move the Supreme Court? When will they move the Supreme Court? What are you hearing on this front?
Well, Aam Aadmi Party sources have clearly indicated to us that while they respect what the High Court has said, they do not agree with the verdict of the High Court, and therefore the Aam Aadmi Party's and Arvind Kejriwal's legal team is going to move the Supreme Court as soon as possible to challenge this verdict by the High Court, which means that they will challenge the arrest also, and they will challenge the trial court's order of sending him to ED remand. So Aam Aadmi Party essentially is, as it has always done before, exhausting all its options for legal remedy. And until they, and that is something that we saw even in the case of Manish Sisodia, though even the Supreme Court actually declined to give any relief to Sisodia, whether it was on a review petition or even it was on other different pleas. So Sisodia failed to get a relief from the Supreme Court. And remember, the Supreme Court itself, when it had come to Sisodia's trial, had actually said and had actually told the ED that the trial should begin within 3 months and it should conclude soon. But that did not happen. But even then, the Supreme Court has not been very lenient or very convinced about Aam Aadmi Party's arguments and its leaders' arguments in court about why they should be getting bail. So Arvind Kejriwal's next battle definitely is moving into the Supreme Court, and definitely a big blow for the Chief Minister and for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes, indeed. A huge setback to the Delhi Chief Minister, with the High Court holding that Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and remand by the Enforcement Directorate was not illegal. I have with me Shashank Shekhar, who's the Supreme Court lawyer. Mr. Shekhar, thank you for speaking to us. Your initial comments, a lot of developments happening after the High Court declared that his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate was not illegal. Now, they do have the option of moving the Supreme Court, isn't it?
Yes, they do have the option to go to the Supreme Court, but we need to understand one thing.
Yes.
The Honorable High Court has passed the judgment today while considering all the detailed observations noted by the magistrate. So when they move to the Supreme Court, even Supreme Court will look into the aspects in which the Honorable High Court has gone into, and only will look into the aspects if the question of law is concerned. Now, as far as question of law, Honorable High Court today has stated in a very detailed manner as to see, the arrest is not illegal. ED has enough materials against Arvind Kejriwal. Timing of arrest is not in question. Law of approval is also correct. Then there are two more things as to whether the type of interrogation done by the agency is right or not. This is not for the accused to be decided. So these 5-6 questions, as agreed upon by the Honorable High Court in depth with that of magistrate, I think it will be very difficult for Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party to defend this even in Supreme Court, because we need to understand that both High Court and Supreme Court are constitutional courts. So if a particular High Court passes a judgment, so to reverse the judgment, it will be important for the petitioners to show as to how the law is wrong, or for that point the interpretation of law is wrong.
But no, and it seems that the Enforcement Directorate has a compelling case, Mr. Shekhar. In fact, it seems that they have enough evidence on the basis of which the court today made this big verdict against the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes. Even before the arrest, you need to see that ED has not sent 1 or 2 but 11 summons to Arvind Kejriwal. And after 11 summons, questioning to n number of witnesses, approvers, etc., tracking the money trails, thereafter they arrested Arvind Kejriwal. And after the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal, today it was not for the bail of Arvind Kejriwal, but they were questioning the arrest itself. So Honorable High Court has actually went in depth, because they also know that this is a matter of not common person but a CM of the sitting CM of the Delhi, and therefore it will definitely go to.
But haven't these sections been upheld by the Supreme Court?
Yes. So as far as the PMLA is concerned, Supreme Court has time and again stated that these sections are there. You need to be clear as far as if you are accused, you are the one who is responsible to show that you are not a person who is involved here. But as far as this judgment is concerned today, now the order will be uploaded in some time, but Honorable High Court has stated that it has in depth the details and everything which has ED has presented, which shows that Arvind Kejriwal is actually, not guilty, but it has too much against them. That is why, while explaining the entire judgment in Hindi, the
Right.
Justice Sharma has today stated that अरविंद केजरीवाल डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते हैं कि कैसे उनका इंट्रोगेशन हो। अरविंद केजरीवाल ये डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते हैं कि वो इन्वॉल्व है कि नहीं। अगर उनके खिलाफ ये सारे एविडेंसेस ईडी प्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि उनकी जिम्मेदारी कि वो बताएं कि कैसे नहीं है। और किकबैक से लेकर और सबकी बात की गई है। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट,
Yes.
दे क्वेश्चन द लॉ ऑफ पार्डनिंग द अप्रूवर्स। पार्डनिंग द अप्रूवर्स इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग बैक लॉ। जब भी कोई अप्रूवर अगर गवर्नमेंट का गवाह बन जाता है, एंड दे गिव स्टेटमेंट से कि मैं अपना रोल मानता हूं बट इनका बड़ा रोल है, तो कोर्ट कई बार उस प्रोसेस को एक्सेप्ट करती है। इसमें किसी एजेंसी का कोई रोल नहीं होता है। ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट हैज सेड दिस टुडे दैट इफ यू आर रेजिंग एलिगेशंस और पुटिंग क्वेश्चंस ऑन द अप्रूवर एंड द वे दे हैव बीन इंक्लूडेड इन द विटनेस, you are not only questioning the ED, but you are targeting the judiciary.